Well, good morning. I am Nick.
I'm Mindy, and we're here a little earlier with you on a beautiful Wednesday morning.
So beautiful, so beautiful. And we know that pretty soon we are going to be at the end of the school year, the start officially of summer.
Yay! And sometimes summer can sneak up on us because, let's be honest, May can be a busy month. Spring sports have started.
Yep.
You might have games going on in the evenings.
Graduation parties.
School's wrapping up. Field trips, extra things like that, and then pretty soon, all of a sudden, it's summer.
Yep.
And sometimes we can get in a mode of, oh, it's summer, we can just relax, and
Which is good.
Yes, it is. But we want to talk about some intentional relaxation today with you, with your family.
Yeah. So something that Minnie and I have been thinking about is how, the vision of our church, right? We want to love Jesus, love each other, and reach our world. And what does it look like to be intentional, even in what it means to make disciples as we go into summer, and to not just let summer happen, but to purposefully pursue intentional time, no matter what family stage you're in. Like, be purposeful in sitting down together, sitting down on your own with your spouse, whoever, and think through, what can we do to reach our neighbors? What can we do to encourage our family members well? Whether that's your spouse, whether that's your kids, whether that's your parents, whether that's your aunt and uncle, whoever's around. What can you do to intentionally come alongside them and continue to encourage and love well?
So we want to challenge you to think through summer in terms of with different lenses. So the lens of worship Jesus. How are we going to, as a family, intentionally worship Jesus this summer? And that might mean even for you, like maybe we plan carefully and if we're traveling for a ball team, maybe we find a church in that area and we still try to go. Maybe that's an intentional way. Maybe there's other ways you decide to worship Jesus. But maybe we do a devotion, maybe we do a certain topic. But think through, how can we as a family intentionally worship Jesus this summer?
And
so one filter.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to get creative with it. Like some of the times on Wednesdays we've talked in the past about using creation and using different things that are kind of not just a Sunday morning service, but kind of out of the box and like get interacting with your family and with yourself, and being able to think of Jesus and seeing Jesus, kind of everywhere.
Right, because worshiping Jesus is not something that just happens within the walls of a building,
Yeah.
that we call church.
Yeah.
It's all the time in different ways. So thinking through that might be a good thing. And then another lens would be love each other. And not just your family, but we really also want to think like intentionality with your neighbors is a really good thing, because right now you can be outside, you can talk to people, they're walking their dogs, so who are you going to with your children reach out to?
And be intentional with your friends. I think if we're all honest right now, a lot of us are kind of in an emotionally unhealthy place with the unrest of the pandemic and all the unrest with stuff going on just in our world and in our country especially. And I think a lot of people really want and need an encouragement, whether they know it or not. So I think intentionally pursue ways to encourage and love your friends and especially neighbors well, because I think a lot of us just maybe need to debrief and unpackage and be prayed for and encouraged and pointed towards truth. Not pointed towards social media, pointed towards biblical truth that can root us in who we are and who God is, because that doesn't change no matter what's going on around us.
Yeah. So our big encouragement to you families today is to get out the calendar, do some research, and spend some time thinking, how are we going to be intentional this summer with those three lenses: worship Jesus, love each other, reach our world. And next week we're going to have some more ideas that parents you can take with your children in terms of some ways in the summer to like put a stake in the ground, some moments that could create some deeper relationship and conversation. So Nick will be doing that next week with you. So stay tuned, but get those calendars out. Even in the comments, put some ways you're going to do that and get some dialogue going and some discussion and help each other out, because that's what this is for.
Yeah, and if you know what this plant is, let us know, because we know. Have a great Wednesday.